Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Christine and I like to read dark and disturbing things. And today I have a fun announcement for you, so let's get into it. So this video is going to be short and sweet because it is just a very fun announcement video. This is something that has been in the works for a little while now. And some of you may know if you were on my live show with Cliff from Cliff's Dark Gems a week ago. We had a live book discussion and we talked about it in our little announcement, and that is that we are starting a book club. Cliff, if you don't follow him, I'm going to link his channel down below. I've known him for quite some time here on BookTube, and we get along really well. We've done a few live shows together, and we generally tend to agree on what we read. Not always. He's probably a little bit nicer than I am when it comes to reading books, but we have the same interests. We like our horror with a little bit of old school flair, and he's just a fun guy to talk to. So I'm very excited that we are going on this adventure together. So please make sure you're following his channel because he has a very cool channel anyway, even if you're not going to be part of this super cool book club. So what is the name of the book club? Our book club is called the Fright Club. And that is because we both want to focus on darker literature. It doesn't always have to be horror, although it probably will be horror most of the time. We do also like to read some darker fantasy. So there might be some, Clive Barker type darker fantasy in our future. We just don't want to limit ourselves to that. So we will be reading dark and disturbing things per usual, but together as a group so we could all talk about it. So the way that this is going to work is that every month we are going to pick kind of a different subgenre or a different trope that we tend to see in horror or darker books. So one month might be a gothic fiction, one month might be haunted house book, one month might be a slasher. You kind of get the idea. So we're going to pick a different subgenre each month and then pick a book from there. At the end of the month or early in the next month, we will schedule a live show where we talk about it together live, and you guys can join us by being in the chat, and we like to talk back and forth with those that are in the chat. So it is a really fun time. We will also have a Discord, which I will link down below, so please click that and join in. Even if you're not sure that you're going to participate in the first month, go ahead and click and join just so you can see what's going on. And if you're not able to make the live show or watch it, you could always just chit chat in the Discord about the book. We will have kind of a rule about spoilers on the book that we're reading that month so that we kind of cover them up so people can choose to read your comment or not based on if it includes spoilers. So what's the first rule of Fright Club? Of course, the first rule of Fright Club is to tell your friends about Fright Club. Tell all your bookish friends so that we can have a really fun community and just some back and forth going on in the chat and in the Discord. And there will be more rules in the Discord, which you could see, and maybe I'll just flash them on the screen right now so you could see. It's, it's just a fun time. We're not too worried about anybody breaking any rules except that first one, better tell your friends. So the Discord, if you've never joined a Discord server, it's completely free and it can be a little bit confusing at first, but don't worry, neither Cliff or I are super Discord geniuses. So it'll probably be very laid back, very chill, and not too overwhelming. So go ahead and just click on that and then you can just kind of see what it's all about. But it is completely free and there will be some non-book, sections where we could talk about other things as well. So what is our first book? We are starting off in October. So in October, we'll be reading our first book. We'll have all month to read that book. And that book is going to be Clowns vs. Spiders by Jeff Strand. And the reason that we picked this one is because we were looking for the subgenre of carnivals or clowns, which is a subgenre which I personally love. And this is a book that has been on my radar for probably about a year now. It came out in 2019 and it is available on KU. This one is a little bit different from the usual evil clown trope because in this book, it seems that our clowns actually are not evil at all, and they actually just are trying to live their best clown life. They want to make kids happy and laugh and just create joy for people. Can you imagine? Some creepy spiders are kind of getting in the way of that, and I think there might be a little battle going on between the clowns and the spiders, which for most of us is kind of a terrifying idea in general. I think if I had to pick a team, I would be Team Clown because I find them less scary than spiders. I've never had a full-on clown fear. They make me uncomfortable when I was a kid because they're just like all in your face, and I'm just a very like get out of my personal bubble kind of person. But I've never really truly been terrified by them, although I have seen plenty books and movies where they are quite terrifying. So it'll be interesting to see who wins this battle. Clowns versus spiders. So I hope you guys are going to join us on our Clowns vs. Spiders adventure this month in October. And if you keep an eye out in the Discord, and we will mention it here on YouTube as well, when we're going to have our live show, so we can have some of you join us. That would be a really fun time. The last but not least, I wanted to say that for the first few months, it is going to be just Cliff and I talking about these books. But in future months, we do plan on inviting some other booktubers to join us as co-hosts so that we can discuss maybe some of their favorite kinds of tropes in books. So let's say we had 1 month of like feminist horror. I already have a few people in mind that I would ask to join us for something like that. So we would like to try to tailor our co-hosts to the types of books that they really enjoy so we could all have a fun discussion. All right, that's about it. If I'm forgetting anything, we will talk about it over in the Discord. And I really hope to see you guys join in. I know a lot of you have probably already read this book, so that's fine if you want to join in on the discussion. If you've already read it, you don't need to reread it. But I would really like to see just the community kind of come together and talk about some of these fun books. So thank you to Cliff for actually inviting me on this little adventure with him. If it wasn't for Cliff, I probably wouldn't have gone out of my little comfort zone. So thank you to Cliff for that. And thank you guys for watching as always, and stay spooky.